All right, hello everyone. Trust you're doing well. I'm glad to be back here. Last session was very interesting. We looked at the unwritten rules for rising fast in life, whether it is in your business, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your ministry, there are unwritten rules. Today, we're looking at power moves, decisions that redefine your life. That's what we're looking at today. I stumbled on an article. I stumbled on an article 2 days ago online, and it was talking about a particular primary school and high school that the top 1% of the society send their children to. So this particular kind of schools, there are not many in the world, and they are not really known. There's a difference between information and privileged information. So this particular school, they don't teach them maths, they don't learn English, they don't learn biology or anything. So they learn the rules of life. They learn negotiation, they learn power play, they learn executive presence at their age. And they graduate. And they move straight into C-suite. They move straight into the work marketplace, and they dominate. And this is also one of the ways, when I was reading it, the article, this is also one of the ways generational wealth is preserved. This is one of the ways generational information, generational secrets are preserved. Well, not all of us have access, or parents that took us to that school. Then we're responsible for educating ourselves. I'm just only telling you that in life, there's a difference between what is happening and what is going on. If you don't understand what is happening in life, you just realize that you are always at the bottom of the ladder. You don't understand what is going on. You are always wondering what is happening. In life, we have three categories of people. People that make things happen, people that watch things happen, and people that wondered what happened. So today, we're looking at power moves, decisions that redefine your life. If you're meeting me for the very first time, my name is Dr. Shogo. My name is Dr. Shogo. I'm a peak performance coach. I'm a personal performance coach. I'm a life coach as well. I'm a corporate trainer. I've consulted for organizations cutting across oil and gas, banking, law firm, manufacturing, telecoms, aviation, shipping, just name it. I'm a management consultant. I'm a member of Forbes Coaches Council, which is a global platform for vetted coaches around the world. I serve as personal advisor to high net worth individuals across the world, captains of industry, and indeed anybody that wants to scale up whatever it is they are doing. I'm a conference speaker. In my little life, I've spoken in over 15 countries. I live in Lagos, Nigeria. Currently, I'm in Tanzania. I'm in Dar es Salaam. A series of masterclasses, speaking engagements. I'm a life and business strategist. I've consulted for over 500 small businesses across Africa. Please, the next few minutes we're going to spend together, just give me your attention. The principle of growth is attention. The principle of growth is attention. Ladies and gentlemen, anything you pay attention to grows. I was speaking to the participant of our webinar on Sunday that we have moved into we're gradually moving into the second half of the year. At the end of by end of June, that is the end of the first half of the year. Have you done an appraisal? Have you done a recalibration? Because it's not too late. But if you repeat what you did in the first half of the year, it was not good, you'll not get a very serious result. Flavia is joining in from Arusha. Flavia, you're welcome. Media mentions. My thoughts have been published on Forbes, have been profiled on Forbes, Tribune, Channels TV, Kenya Television Network, Botswana TV, Botswana Radio, Umjini Radio, TVC, The Guardian, Vanguard, The Nation, just to mention few. Once again, share the webinar link with your friends so that we can get more people into the meeting. Notepad and pen, very important in this community. It's our culture. It's our culture. So we do this. As a way of introduction, understanding power moves. Understanding power moves. Until you understand the concept, you can never be outstanding. Something has happened to us. Yeah, until you understand the concept, you can never. This is an adult learning class. Occasionally, I will say right, but I'm not going to say right if you're expecting me to dictate anything. No, I speak from my heart. So what are power moves? Let's start with that. Because when we talk about power moves, maybe you think you are in a wrestling, you're in a wrestling, no, not at all. You're in a wrestling ring. No, that's not power move. So when we look at power moves are strategic. Power moves are strategic, high impact decisions that carry the potential to completely shift the trajectory of your life. I'll take that again. Power moves are strategic, high impact decisions that carry the potential to completely shift the trajectory of your life. So when we look at those strategic high impact decisions, it could be personally, it could be professionally, it could even be spiritually. Power moves are not random choices. No, power moves are not random choices. They are intentional. Sometimes they could be uncomfortable steps that you need to take in your life, but with the future in mind. So I want you to think of a chess game, for example. A power move is like sacrificing a queen to win the match. So it may seem counterintuitive in the moment, but it's done with the clarity of a long-term victory in mind. For example, I remember the story of Oprah Winfrey. She had a traditional talk show platform that was successful globally, making money globally. We're not talking about millions here. Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire. It is one of the most successful in television history, Oprah TV. But you know what? She made a power move to drop all that, to dump all that, and start her own network. Her network is called OWN, OWN. You can even check it out on YouTube. So it was a risk. Many people did not understand it, but it was a power move that realigned a legacy with a deeper purpose. This is very important for us to understand. Quickly, I want to share with you characteristics of power move. Characteristics, because if you don't understand the elements or the dynamics or the qualities or the characteristics of power moves, you won't be able to make it effectively. Kindly permit me to quickly share this webinar link now across other platforms, other communities. So let's look at characteristics of power moves. I'm still trying. Number one, intentional. I've never seen anybody succeed accidentally. You don't climb a ladder by accident. People don't succeed and act surprised. So power move or power moves, they are not born out of pressure. No, they are not born out of pressure. They are born out of purpose. Power moves are not born out of pressure. They are born out of purpose. So you don't stumble into them. You craft it. You craft it. Marcus Aurelius said you are the architect of your life. What's the function of an architect? An architect designs. So you don't stumble into them, you craft them, you choose them on purpose, and you are not under duress, you are not under any form of panic. That is power move. So let's look at it, for example, that somebody that's stuck in a job that is very toxic, and you decide to resign, not because she has another offer in her hand, but because she's done compromising her mental health. But she has a plan and she's ready to build. Guys, that is intentional living. I want you to write this down. If it is not intentional, it is just movement, not a power move. You know, back then in school, some of us went to university. We did not study the course. We did not study the course we wanted. We studied the course that university randomly gave us, probably because they needed students in those departments. So you wanted to study medicine, they gave you biochemistry, microbiology. So taking microbiology is not a power move, but you will agree with me that there were people that refused admission into university that particular year, waited for another year. That is power move. And some actually end the 4-year course of maybe a biochemistry or a microbiology, and they go back to study medicine. That is power move. So power move is intentional. Power move. So this first half of the year, how many moves have you made that are intentional? Have you been happening to life, or life is happening to you? If life is happening to you, you are a drifter. You are not in charge. You are not making power move. But if you are happening to life, you are on top of your game. Number 2, risk laden but calculated. Risk laden, L-A-D-E-N. Risk laden but calculated. That's a power move. You know, some of us were just too comfortable with our comfort zone that is not comfortable. So every power move, guys, it must carry some form of risk. Last week, I went to Kilimanjaro mountain. I climbed it. Of course, it was risky. It might appear fine. In fact, during my climb, ant entered my shirt. I had to almost pull off my shirt, raise it up to get the ant out. But what my visit to Kilimanjaro has done in my brain has been stretched. So every power move carries some form of risk, whether relational risk, financial, emotional, but it is not reckless. Power moves are not reckless. It is not a leap into the dark. It is a leap with a flashlight. So you've counted the cost and you are willing to bet on yourself. Even the good book said, anyone that wants to build a tower must first sit down to count the cost, because building a tower is a risky endeavor. Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk had a successful product. It was PayPal. He sold PayPal and he put almost all his profit into Tesla and SpaceX when Tesla was not yet a big thing. He nearly went broke in the process. It was a risky move for him. But you know what? It was calculated and it paid off. You want a redefining moment in your life? Let me say to you, if there is no risk, there's no redefining. I want you to write that down. If there is no risk, there is no redefining. Your life cannot be redefined. Someone paid for my coaching, and she was telling me that, coach, I've never paid such an amount for a coaching session before. I said, if you want a different result, you must do something different. Guess what? In less than 30 days, I told her that in less than 30 days, I will quadruple whatever amount you paid. And that was exactly what happened. Stop living in your comfort zone. If you do what is easy, I want you to write this down. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Number three, remember that we're quickly looking at characteristics of power moves. Power moves are not popular. So power moves are most times unpopular and people misunderstand it. So power move often unpopular or misunderstood. Please don't expect everyone to clap for you. Don't expect everyone to applaud you when you make a power move. In fact, expect people to raise eyebrow, expect unsolicited advice, expect lonely moments and lonely nights. And the reason is simply because most people can't see the future that you are walking towards. They can only see the comfort that you are walking away from. So let's look at this. For example, you're a woman and you choose not to marry at 35 because you refuse to settle for a less than purpose aligned partnership. People will tell you, oh, your mates have married. Oh, yes, people they have given birth. Your friends will tell you you are picky, but she's not stuck. She's strategic. Let me tell you something about power move. You might want to write it. Power move or power moves confuses the crowd, but it clarifies your calling. Power moves confuses the crowd, but clarifies your calling. Characteristics of power move. Number 4, outcome focused. Outcome focused. Outcome focused. Most power moves are not emotional reactions. Most power moves are not emotional reactions. They are vision-led responses. So you're not just trying to survive a moment, you are positioning yourself for a better and bigger and broader future. Better, bigger, broad future. So for example, you are choosing to relocate from your comfort zone. It could be a city, it could be a job, it could be a community, for you to chase a dream. Not because life is unbearable where you are, but because you know you were built for more. Do you know the proper example? Let's still use Elon Musk. Do you think if Elon Musk was still living in South Africa, I hope you know Elon Musk is a South African. If Elon Musk is still living in South, do you think we will know him? Do you think we will know him? But he was looking at the end result when he made that move. He wasn't born in America. No. So it may not make you feel good now, but it will make your future grateful. Like I told you, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. So let me tell you, as I conclude this introduction, power moves don't happen in convenience. They happen in conviction. Oh, some people say they are locked out. I mentioned to these people that I don't know how. Yeah, I just got a notification. you'll see that the numbers will increase. So I said, power moves don't happen in convenience, they happen in conviction. Because when we talk about when you look at power moves, it is like the hinges on which the doors of your destiny swing. So when you recognize, embrace, and commit to making your power move, you give yourself permission to rewrite your story. And you're not rewriting, no one else is rewriting your story. You are rewriting your own story on your own terms. And I'm going to share with us 5 pillars of redefining decisions shortly. 5 pillars of redefining decisions. That's what we're looking at next. 5 pillars of redefining decisions. Five pillars of redefining decisions. That's what we're looking at next. I'm keeping quiet because I'm sending the link to, I promised you I was going to share to other countries. 5 pillars of redefining decisions. But before we look at the 5 pillars of redefining decision, if you live in Tanzania, not just Dar es Salaam, this is a masterclass you don't want to miss. This is a conference you don't want to miss. We are hosting this conference 14th of June from Ideas to Execution Conference. Please feel free to from Ideas to Execution Conference. Please take a screenshot. This is not just another event where people gather, they do what's it called, panel discussion, and people don't go home with meaningful conversation. No, I am not a time waster, and I am not a roadside coach. A lot of people have ideas, but there's a disconnect between your ideas and executing your ideas. So this conference is seeking to help connect the dots between your ideas and executing your ideas. A lot of people have ideas, for example, they don't even know what it means to go, what it means to sign legal documents. They don't understand non-disclosure agreements. They don't know how to collaborate and things to look for, legal pitfalls to look for. So this conference is going to address it, how to scale your ideas, how to make your ideas go global. Please take a screenshot of it. It is 40,000 shillings, and the VIP is 100,000 shillings. Slots are almost over. Last minute will not work. For the VIP, you have a priority seating, front row reserved, and you have a very good comfort. You have an opportunity to network with VIP during the networking session. You have light refreshment. You have a professional headshot session. That is a professional mini shot photo shoot for you, for your personal branding, or you want to use it on your LinkedIn. You have a digital certificate of VIP participation, and you have a discounted access to post-event masterclass. This is very important. You don't want to be in the masses. Let's wake up. So let's quickly look at the next conversation. 5 pillars. 5 pillars of redefining decisions. Number one, clarity. 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 Number one is clarity. Know what you want. Do you know that if you don't know where you're going, everywhere will look like it? Have you ever been to an airport when you want to receive someone and the person have not described, you don't know the person, or you have not seen the person in a while, and the person did not describe what he or she is wearing, you will see a lot of people that look like the person. But when the person gives you a full description of what they are wearing, then you know what you're looking for. That is clarity. So clarity, know what you want. I want to start with this. You cannot pursue what you have not first perceived. Let me say that again. You cannot pursue what you have not first perceived. So clarity is the foundation of every life-altering decision. Are you clear on what you want in 2025? Are you clear on what you want in your career? Are you clear on what you want in your business? Are you clear on what you want for the month of June? You know, sometimes people do masters, people do PhD, and they don't intend to lecture. They don't intend to work in the university. People do masters and PhD out of confusion, no clarity. Few people do it to massage their egos. So clarity is the foundation of every life-altering decision. And see, here is the thing. Clarity is not always loud. Sometimes the clarity you are looking for is not making noise. The clarity you are looking for is whispering. So until you are internally quiet, you can't even gain clarity. So think about Joy, for example. I coached Joy. She was a mid-level manager in a multinational firm in Lagos. She was earning well, but you know what? Constantly she was feeling like something was off. So I'm not on point. So every Monday felt like a countdown to Friday. So one day she sat with me and simply asked, she sat with me and she told me all this. And I asked her, Madam, what do you really want? And you know, for the first time in several years, she stopped to think, not about bills, not about the society, not about parent expectation, just about what she truly wanted. She realized that she wanted to build an education startup focused on low-cost learning centers in rural areas. That was her fire. That was her lane. That was the beginning of her powerhouse. I helped her get on the lane, and she's fulfilled right now. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between being fulfilled and being accomplished. A lot of people are accomplished, but they're not fulfilled. This webinar is majorly for Tanzanians. If you have never missed any of the webinars, you will remember a lady that was almost 60, getting near to retirement, that she asked a question and she was still saying that people were trying to tell her that she should not resign, that how will she meet up with her business. And I told her, Madam, at your age, nobody should be telling you what you should do. Are you asking for money from them? She said no. But they are family members, are uncles. If you're not clear on where you're going, people will define where you are going for you. And when you get there, it might not be a pleasant destination for you. Dr. Shogo, how do I gain clarity? You see, the quality of the questions you ask yourself influences the quality of the answers you get. How do I gain clarity? So you need to be able to sit down and think, what is the thing that drains me versus what is the thing that excites me? If what you are doing currently doesn't excite you and drains you, then you need to pivot. Do you know that it has been said that the highest number of heart attacks happens on Monday mornings because a lot of people are resuming to a job that they don't like? So whatever it is you are doing, is it draining you or is it exciting you? If it is exciting you, good for you. If it is draining you, think about your life. Another thing you want to think of is, if I had no fear, what would I do with my life? If there was no fear, what will I do with my life? I need you to answer that question. It's a personal question. Number 3, what am I constantly daydreaming about? You know, for all of us, for most people, there is a large disconnect. I said for most people, not all of us. For most people, there's a large disconnect between your real life and your ideal life. Your real life is where you are right now. Your ideal life is what you keep dreaming about. So, for example, in your real life, you drive a Toyota Corolla, but in your ideal life, you want a Rolls Royce. But you also agree with me that there are people that in real life, they drive a Rolls Royce, and in their ideal life, they drive a Rolls Royce. So there is a disconnect between your real life versus your ideal life. Ask yourself, what am I constantly daydreaming about? And by the way, you don't daydream about what you already have. You don't daydream about what you already. You can't have a Rolls Royce and you're daydreaming about Rolls Royce, for example. So people daydream about entering an aeroplane. There's no way you have entered the aeroplane and you're daydreaming about entering an aeroplane. Clarity doesn't come from rushing. It comes from reflection. Clarity doesn't come from rushing. Clarity comes from reflection. Remember that we're looking at 5 pillars of the defining decisions. Number 2, courage. Courage. Face your fears. Face your fears. Please, let us be real. The lady that I told you I coached, she did not disappear because she subscribed for a 90-day coaching package with me. And her fear did not disappear. She kept whispering to me, what if I fail? What will people say? You are living a steady paycheck. And this is why it's good to have a coach. This is why it's good to have a mentor. This is why it's good to have an accountability partner, or you belong to a mastermind community of like-minded people. You know what? Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is making moves despite the fear. And this is where courage comes in. Like I said, courage is never the absence of fear. It is the decision to move on despite the fear. So most people don't miss their breakthrough because they lack potential. They miss it because they were too afraid to step into the unknown. Your fear can either cripple you or fuel you. Learn to use your fear as fuel to propel you. As a matter of fact, for me, I feel that fear enhances performance. I remember the story of Peter from the Bible. When they saw Jesus walking on water, he said, Lord, if it is really you, tell me to come. And Jesus said one word, just one word. He said, come. And that was it. He walked on water. Power moves don't come with full instructions. Just one word and a lot of faith. Peter walked, not because the water turned to glass, but because he chose courage over comfort. I'm telling someone today, choose courage over comfort. There's this concept I love. 5-second rule. 5-second rule by Mel Gibson. It says, when fear arises, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and act before your brain talks to you that you should go out of the thing you're about to do. Make that call, send that pitch, send that proposal, send that email, say yes, apply, move. Nothing moves until you move. Number 3, conviction. Conviction. Stick with the shift. Stick with the shift. Number 3 is conviction. Guys, listen to me. Clarity and courage will get you started, but you need conviction. Conviction is your why. Conviction keeps you going when reality slaps your face with obstacles. There's a big difference between a decision and a commitment. You see, decision is the announcement. Commitment is the daily execution, even when the feelings are faded. I want you to think about one of my clients. I'll call her Cynthia. She decided to leave banking to start a fashion business. It was easy to post about it on Instagram, but 6 months in, no order was coming. Orders were very slow. Rent was due, and self-doubt knocked in. She wanted to quit, but her conviction reminded her, you didn't leave banking to sue. You left banking to build a brand that inspires confidence through style. That vision pulled her through the deep. Now, this woman I'm talking about, this client of mine I'm talking about, supplies corporate wares to 3 major banks and employs, in her employment, she has over 15 staff. Excitement might start the move, but it is conviction that sustains your move. Excitement starts the move, but so if you do what you're not convinced of, you are going to drop. That is why you see some people today, they are photographer, next tomorrow they are tailor, in 3 days time they are bankers, in another time they are carpenters, just moving from one business to the other without gaining ground in anyone. because they are not operating from a place of conviction. They are operating from a place of comparison. Oh, because their friend is selling car. Oh, because my friend has Airbnb. You too, you want to do it. Number 4, connection. We're looking at 5 pillars of redefining decision. Connection. Connection. You want to leverage the right people, because you see, no one makes a bold decision in isolation. Let me say that again. No one makes a bold decision in isolation. Behind every power move, there's a support system. Behind every power move, there is a support system. Even if it is just one person whispering, you are not crazy, keep going. I remember one of my clients, when she was starting a wellness coaching business, she was broke, she was overwhelmed. But she joined my accountability group for women that are making career pivot. In that community, we shared resources, we cheered each other, we prayed. The community became this woman's cushion. And one of the members from the community introduced that to a grant opportunity. That was it. Somebody else in the community designed a first logo for her. Today, this woman I'm talking about is hosting monthly wellness webinars. She's selling courses, and she's making money from 4 different countries. In my conversations, in my lectures, in my trainings, we just don't talk. We write down action points so that you are clear on which move to make. So, Doc, what are the action points I need to take? And it is very simple. You need to audit your circle. Audit your circle. That what it means is audit the people around you. Who around you is pushing you to rise? Think about them. Who drains you with fear and excuses? Think about them. Who sees your vision even when it is still not clear? Think about them and decide who to spend your time with. Let me tell you something about network. Your network can either nourish you or neutralize your power move. Your network can either nourish you or neutralize your power move. Choose wisely. It's your choice. Number 5, capacity. 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 Build for where you are going, not for where you are. Capacity. Let me get straight with you. Every new level demands a new version of you. That is it. Every new level demands a new version of you. Let me give you an illustration. There's a statistics in US that says for every person that wins a lottery of about 1 million, 10 million, give them 6 to 9 months, they are back to being broke. Why? They got $1 million, which they have never handled before. They got $10 million, which they have never handled before. However, they are pressing. They have not developed capacity to handle $1 million, $10 million. So until they wreck that money back to $1 that they can manage, they will not rest. So this is how powerful capacity is. There is a level of muscle strengthening you need to do to develop to carry some certain kind of weight. That is capacity. Every new level demands a new version of you. So power moves, they are not just about you making decisions. It is also about preparation. So you can't walk into a new room and still behave like the old you. Your mindset, your habit, your skills, it must evolve. I will tell you about a lady called Fumi. She's a creative and she finally got a contract with a major TV station. But guess what? When it came to time to deliver, she froze. She had the dream, but not the capacity. Not in planning, not in time management, and not in public speaking. She didn't quit. She took a step back, hired a coach, which is how I got to know her, by the way, took 2 short courses, and got another mentor. 1 year later, she was hosting a national talk show. Just as it is in most African countries, most of our presidents, they just have an ambition to become the president. No vision, no preparation. So they become the president, they get to the presidency, they are not leading effectively. You don't want to live your life like that. That is not a power move. How do I build my capacity? I call it capacity builders, things that can help us build capacity. You can read books. Please read books. In my inner circle, Tribe, we are reading a book this month. That book is called Atomic Habit. Atomic Habit is written by James Clear. Take online courses. So there are a lot of free online courses these days. There's Coursera, a lot of platforms. There's LinkedIn Learning. They have a lot of free courses on LinkedIn Learning, by the way. And LinkedIn Learning is an independent app. It's different from your LinkedIn app that you have downloaded. So just go to your Play Store or your iStore, Apple Store, and just download LinkedIn Learning. Upgrade your physical health because it's part of your capacity. Your body. Yeah, I was locked out briefly. So we're back. So I said you need to also upgrade your physical health. Your body is the container of your vision. Your body is the vehicle with which you carry out your assignment. Stop eating junks. Stop eating salt. Too much oil is not good for your heart. Exercise. Take walks. Don't live a sedentary life. You're a boss in the office. You're always sitting down for 8 hours. And you do that for 30 days times 12 months. Calculate it. You are dying gradually without knowing. For some, oh, you're a boss. You have official car, AC in your car, AC in your house, AC in your toilet. You don't take cool, normal breeze. You are dying without knowing. I am telling you. So don't pray for stages. You are not building stamina to stand on. Don't pray for stages that you are not building stamina to stand on. I tell people, if you appear before your time, you will disappear. All right. Every redefining decision sits on these 5 pillars. It is not just about saying yes to change. It is about becoming the right person who can steward that change. So I want you to write this down. I want you to write this down. Clarity helps you to see. Clarity. I want you to write this down. The 5 things we have talked about. Clarity helps you to see. Courage helps you to start. Conviction helps you to stick with it. Connection helps you sustain it. And capacity is what helps you scale it.
Please, what does courage do? I missed that.
I said courage helps you start. Courage helps you start. Clarity helps you see it. Conviction helps you stick with it. Connection helps you sustain it. And capacity helps you scale it. These are the 5 C's that I taught you just now. Clarity, courage, conviction, connection, and capacity. They influence your life-changing decisions at any point in time. So let's look at the power move matrix. So some other people will call it matrix. So let's look at the power move, your power move matrix. I will be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. We've all been at a crossroad, starting at a decision that could change everything. But we keep postponing it. Maybe out of fear, maybe out of confusion, and for some people, maybe out of perfection. So analysis paralysis did not make you make that decision. But what if I told you that there's a simple decision filter I'm going to teach you that can help you evaluate whether this is a power move or just another distraction? So let's look at, let me talk to you about the power move matrix, how it works. So before you say yes or no to any major decision, I want you to run it through 4 questions, just 4 questions. Number 1, is it aligned with my purpose? Is it aligned with my purpose? So you want to ask yourself, this decision, is it going to bring me closer to who I'm becoming, or is it just going to keep me busy? You know, there's a difference between activity and productivity. A lot of people are busy, but they're not in business. So let's look at this, for example. Frank, was offered a high-paying job in another city, but his true calling was youth empowerment. So taking the job would have paid the bills, but also pulled him away from his purpose. So you know what he did to that job? He said no, and within 6 months, he received funding to scale up his non-profit business. So action point. I want you to write your current pending decision. I want you to write down your current pending decision, and I want you to answer, how does this connect with my long-term vision or God-given assignment? You want to ask yourself that question. You want to ask yourself, if I say yes to this, what will I have to say no to? If I say yes to this, what will I have to say no to? Now, number 2, does it scare and excite you? Remember, we're looking at 4 questions that can help you make quality decisions in life and career. Number 2, does it scare you and excite you at the same time? Here is the truth. Okay, so let me use myself as an example. 2 Saturdays ago, I hosted a masterclass in Arusha. I was scared, but at the same time, I was excited. I was scared if people were not going to come. I was scared that, oh, I'm not a Tanzanian. I've never gone to Arusha before in my life. But I was scared, but at the same time, the thought of crushing that goal was exciting to me. So most power moves, they live at the intersection of fear and fire. I want you to note that. Most power move lives at the intersection of fear and fire. So if it scares you a bit, it is normal. As a matter of fact, I tell people that if your dream is not big enough, then if your dream does not scare you, then it's not big enough. If your goal, it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. And if it is not big enough, you don't need God. So if it scares you a bit, it is normal. If it excites you deeply, that is a sign that you should go ahead. So both emotions together often point to growth. I'll tell you the story about Victor. Victor launched his first masterclass. It wasn't fully perfect. As a matter of fact, the flyers were not glossy, and the guest speaker almost canceled on that event. But his spirit knew that this is what he wanted to do. He was scared, but he was ready. That one step opened doors in 2 more countries for him. So do it scared. In fact, I'm going to recommend a book for everyone. That book is called Do It Scared. I think it is Do It Scared or Do It Afraid. Scott Allan. I want you to Google it. Do It Scared by Scott Allan. If you read that book will change your perspective about fear. So action point. I want you to ask yourself, does this decision stretch me? Does this decision stretch me? Number 2, what is the best that could happen if I say yes? And number 3, what fear do I need to confront for this to happen? So we have looked at the first 2 questions when it comes to making a life-changing decision. Number 1, is it aligned with your purpose? Number 2, does it scare and excite you? So number 3, will it grow you? Will it grow you? Please, let me tell you, not all good things are growth things. Let me say that again. Not all good things are growth things. Let me type it in the chat room. Not all good things are growth. So not all good things are growth things. I remember a guy that got a leadership offer at church, but he almost turned it down because he felt unqualified. So a mentor told him, if you won't grow, if it won't grow you, then it won't glorify God. So the role, he eventually took the role, and in that role, he learned public speaking, he learned delegation, he learned emotional intelligence. And these are tools that he later got to use in his business, in his marriage, in his career, and dealing with other people. So growth usually comes wrapped in discomfort. Growth usually comes wrapped in discomfort. Yeah, someone typed the name of the book, Do It Scared, Scott Allan. Scott Allan. Just check it out. You'll find it on Amazon. So a lot of times, the growth we're looking for will not happen in our comfort zone. I even tell people that if you're too comfortable, learn to discomfort yourself. So I want you to write down 3 ways a decision will grow your mindset, your skills, your spiritual maturity. 3 things. So for every decision you have to make, sometimes check it out. How will it grow my mindset? How will it grow my skills? And how will it grow my spiritual maturity? So if growth is evident, then the pain is worth it. No pain, no gain. If growth is evident in a decision you are making, then the pain is worth it. Number 4, who are the stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders and what are the consequences? Let me tell you, power moves don't happen in a vacuum, like I said. So your yes or no affects other people. Think about it. Sometimes your yes or no affects your family, it affects your finances, it affects your team, it affects your client. I remember one of my clients, Ada, when she wanted to leave at 9 to 5 to go full time into baking business, she mapped out her monthly expenses. She had a sit down with me, and I told her to also speak with her spouse. She did not just exit. We created something I call exit strategy. So we counted the cost and we built a cushion. This is not about fear. This is about wisdom. This is not about fear. This is about strategy, guys. Action point. List the stakeholders who will be affected in your decision-making process. What are the, and for you that you're in corporate world and you're leading teams, your decisions affect your team members as well. What are the possible short-term sacrifices versus long-term benefits? Sometimes the weight of a decision is not how hard it is, but it is in how many people it touches, either positively or negatively. So I want you to identify, this is June, we're in the half of the year. Identify decisions you have been postponing. Pull out your notebook, pull out your journal, write that decision down. What one decision have you been sitting on for weeks, for months? You said you would do something in January 2025. This is June. It is we are now in the 6th month. You have not made any move. So I want you to run it through the power move matrix. So you want to ask yourself, is it aligned with my purpose? That is 1. Does it scare and excite me? Number 3, will it grow me? Then who are the stakeholders and what are the consequences? After you have answered all the questions, then you decide. You decide. And you will likely feel a stronger nudge whether to move forward or to just ignore and move away from it. Then set a deadline. I will take action on this decision by this. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that indecision is still a decision and it often leads to regret. Indecision is a decision and it leads to regret. So when you run your choices through the power move matrix, you replace anxiety with strategy. Stop floating through life, stop drifting, and start moving with intention. Guys, let's stop postponing progress. Your power move is calling. It is time for you to pick up. Let's quickly look at common obstacles and how we can push through. So let's look at common obstacles and how to push through. People of God, let's be real with each other. It is not always the big decisions that are the hardest. It is those inner blocks, those inner limiting belief, those inner blocks, they are the ones that limiting beliefs, they are the ones that sabotage us. So we don't miss our power moves because we are lazy or clueless. A lot of times from my consulting and speaking with people, people miss their power moves because of 3 silent assassins. 3 silent assassins, and I'm going to share with you. Number one of these, as I said, is the trap of people pleasing. 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 You know that feeling, the fear of disappointing people, the fear of what people will say, the urge to explain your every move to people, the hesitation to say yes, because you are too busy saying yes to other people. You are finding it hard to say yes to your dream. I remember talking to a brilliant woman named Lara. She wanted to switch careers from banking to tech, but she said to me, Coach, what will my parents say? They've told everyone I'm a banker. She was literally imprisoned by other people's pride. That is the pride that she's a banker. Let me say this to you plainly. You will never fully walk in purpose if you are addicted to approval. Let me say that again. You will never fully walk in purpose if you are addicted to approval. God did not give you vision to a committee. He gave you a vision to yourself. That is why I love Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul said, when God called me, I consulted with neither flesh nor blood. Straight, I went to Saudi Arabia. Do you know that there's a statistics by University of California? That statistics found that people who regularly prioritize other people's opinion over their own, they have 40% lower life satisfaction than those who act in alignment with their values. I need you to ask yourself, who am I afraid of offending by choosing myself? Who am I afraid of offending by choosing myself? Sometimes it's your parent, sometimes it's your siblings, sometimes it's your boss, sometimes it's your best friend. Then you need to ask yourself, will they live with the consequences of me staying stuck? If I'm not progressing in life, the consequences, who is going to bear it? Is it me or them? So I want you to give yourself the permission to evolve, even if others don't get the memo. Give yourself the permission. I tell people that personal development is a personal responsibility that you cannot delegate. You cannot outsource your growth. At the end of the day, it is you versus you. We did not come to this world together. Even twins, they did not come at the same time. They came at different times, and they are likely going to die differently. So remember, we're looking at 3 assassins that form up as obstacle to making good decisions when you need to make them. Number 1 that I said is the trap of people pleasing. Number 2 is overthinking and procrastination. Overthinking, they are cousins. Overthinking and procrastination. We need to talk about this because it is more common than we admit. Let me tell you about overthinking. Overthinking is the heart of creating problems that don't exist yet. Hush. I need everyone to write that down. I need 10 people to help me write it in the chat room. Overthinking is the heart, A-R-T, of creating problems that don't exist yet. So you analyze, you reanalyze, then you create a to-do list, then you tweak the list, and by the time you are done planning, another year has passed. I'll tell you the story of David. David had a powerful podcast idea, Faith and Finance. Faith, that's the name of the podcast, Faith and Finance for Gen Z. So he bought the mic, he studied the tools, he even made an intro music that is a soundtrack. But 2 years later, it was still a dream. Why? Paralysis analysis. Do you know what Psychology Today said in their research? Psychology Today, in their research, they said overthinking leads to decreased problem-solving ability. Overthinking leads to decreased problem-solving ability, and it is linked to higher levels of depression and anxiety. What does this mean? This means that you are not lazy, but your brain is over-functioning out of fear. I want you to use the 2-minute rule to conquer this. If it will take less than 2 minutes, just do it right away. If it will take less than 2 minutes, just do it right away. For your big tasks, I want you to apply the 1 hour power block. There's something called 1 hour power block. So you set a timer for 60 minutes and you work on your project without editing it, without evaluating, without stopping. Just start. I love that slogan of Nike. They say, just do it. Progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Start mercy. Start messy. Let it be messy. Let it not be perfect. See, clarity comes through action. Clarity comes through action. If you're not taking action, you will not get clear. If you're not taking action, you will not get clear. Yeah, Lillian, thank you. I said the heart, A-R-T, A-R-T, not H-E-A-R-T, the heart. Overthinking is the heart, not earth. Overthinking is the heart of creating problems that don't exist yet. That's what I said. So I've shared a concept with you, 2-minute rule and 1 hour power block. And the last but not the least, the third assassin is doubting your qualifications. Doubting your qualifications, imposter syndrome. So it is what it is, imposter syndrome. That nagging voice that in your head that says, no, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you're not supposed to be doing it, you're not experienced right now, you don't have the right connection. Who do you think you are to do this? Stop doubting yourself. You have heard before that a pack of sheep led by a lion will succeed. A pack of lion led by sheep will fail, simply because sheep, they don't believe in themselves. Huh? I had a client called Lillian. She launched a coaching business after several years in HR. She knew her stuff, but once she pulled out from paid job and put herself out there, she started shrinking. Who will listen to me? Who will patronize me? She thought. She came to meet me, shared with me. We had sessions. I told her to check all our wins. So we had a diary for all our wins. And I told her to look at it. And you know, guess what? One of our very first clients ended up being a CEO. And this CEO enjoyed that session so much that the CEO gave her 5 other referrals. Let me tell you the truth. God does not always call, God doesn't actually call the qualified. God qualifies the called. God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Do you know that there's a report by KPMG that says that 75% of executive women, they experience imposter syndrome at some point in their careers, and yet they still rise because they act despite the doubt. Please push through. What I will advise you is there's something you have done right in your life. Make a collection of everything. Write it down. So when you start doubting yourself, go and look at everything you have done right. Go and look at all your wins. Do a screenshot, your testimonials, your past success. So on your low days, read them aloud to yourself. I've done hard things before. I can do this one. I want you to say this affirmation aloud. Let me give you this affirmation for free. I'm not going to sell it today. I may not feel ready, but I am prepared. I may not know everything, but I know enough to start. Let me say that again. I may not feel ready, but I am prepared. I may not know everything, but I know enough to start. So when we talk about power moves are not only about what you do, it is also about what you overcome. So if you can care less about being liked, if you can care less about being liked, if you can stop over processing your greatness, and if you can silence that voice in your head that says you are not good enough, then you will move, and you will move with fire. You will move with speed, because the only thing standing between you and your next level is just a decision. That's the only thing standing between you and your next level. I'll quickly share activation challenge. I have a challenge for you. Inspiration without execution is frustration. So we have spent some minutes or about 1 hour unpacking truth and confronting excuses and shining light on what is possible when you own your decision. But now let's shift this conversation to activation, because clarity without movement equals stagnation. Let me say that again. Clarity without movement equals stagnation. So people of God, I'm going to give you a challenge for us to activate, but it is simple. So I want you to, within the next 7 days, I want you to make just one power move. Just one power move. It's not a must. It's your life. I'm not in your life. Make one power move in the next 7 days. Choose that area. It could be your health, it could be your family, it could be your finance. Do you know that for everybody here, you're an adult? If from January till June, you have not invested, you have not made one investment this year, shame on you. Shame on you. Me, I am telling you as your brother, I am telling you as your coach, shame on you. If since January till now, you have not made any sort of investment, shame on you. That's finances. If since January till now, you have not attended any paid class, you have not bought one single book, shame on you. Those things are power move. Everybody has an area of interest. Buy a book in your area of interest. Start from there. You have not read the book this year. Shame on you. So make one power move in the next 7 days. Just one. Be bold. Be intentional about that decision. And it will redefine how you show up. Like I said, you have been, since January, you have been saying you will send that proposal. You will send that proposal. This is June. You have not sent that proposal. Send that proposal. You've been afraid. You've been thinking of starting a business since January. This is June. Start it. You said you will write a book in January. This is June. You have not written one line. Start it within the next 7 days. You said you will subscribe to a coach. You will see a coach. You will see a mentor. You have since January. This is June. Enroll for a coaching session. You cannot coach yourself. You have blind spots. You can't see yourself. You have a toxic friendship. You're in a toxic relationship. And you have not, and you said you will pull out from that friendship, from that relationship. You are still in it. And your mental health is deteriorating. Make a move. See, your move doesn't have to be loud, but it just have to be real. Another way to be able to activate this challenge is share it with someone, not just anyone, someone you trust. This is because accountability sustains momentum. So you want to choose a friend who can check in on you. You want to choose a mentor, a coach that can cheer you on. Or you want to be in an inner circle, maybe like my inner circle, or you want to subscribe for my coaching session. We have a WhatsApp community for Tanzanians with over 500 Tanzanians. You can drop a line, guys, I need someone to hold me accountable for this. That is community. Let them know, oh, guys, I'm making a power move this week, and here is what I'm doing. Please follow me, follow up with me by this so and so date. When someone is watching, your brain registers it as a commitment, not just a wish. This is very important. So, my assignment to you before midnight today, I want you to write down one power move you are committed to. Number two, set a deadline. Number three, choose your accountability partner. Number four, schedule a reminder in your phone. Don't just trust your memory. And number five, when you want to do it and celebrate it. See, even if it is scary or not perfect, just go on. Progress is the win. And I've told you, progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Let me tell you, power is not a title. Power is not permission. Power is motion. Power is not a title. Power is not permission. Power is motion. So I want you to take that motion and make it count. You don't need a crowd, guys. You don't need an applause. You just need you just need one brief moment to change the entire direction of your life. And your 7 days starts counting from today. It starts counting from right now. Please let your power move speak louder than your fear. As we wrap up, I want you to know that your next chapter is written on just one decision. Ladies and gentlemen, people of God, I want you to know that you're not standing on the edge of a new beginning. I want you to take a moment to breathe in all that we have talked about today, and I'll quickly do a quick as I do a quick recap. I spoke about power moves, and I said we define power moves. I said power moves are strategic, bold decisions that carry the capacity to shift your personal, professional, or spiritual trajectory, direction. So power moves are strategic, bold decisions that carry the capacity to shift your personal, professional, or spiritual trajectory. We learned that power moves are intentional, they involve risk, but those risks are calculated. We also learned that power moves are misunderstood a lot of times and that they are always outcome focused. Who for the joy set before he endured the cross? Outcome focused. Then we looked at the 5 pillars of redefining decisions. We explored the inner structure of making life-changing choices. Number one, I shared with you 5 C's, right? I shared clarity. You can't go to where you haven't clearly named. You must know what you want out of life. Life answers to specifics. Then we talked about courage. Number 2, fear does not mean stop. It means go anyway, but go with wisdom. Conviction, because true transformation requires staying power. This is not a hype race. It is a heart decision. Your heart, your heart, your heart. So your conviction is your why, it is your staying power. Then we talked about connection. Power moves thrives in community. Your circle matters. Nobody succeeds in isolation. There is no self-made man on the surface of the earth. And the last but not the least, I talked about capacity. Guys, don't just dream big, build for big. Develop the skill, develop the systems, develop the stamina for where you are going. Then I explained to you the power move matrix, and I gave you a framework to evaluate your next big decisions. Just 4. I said, is it aligned with your purpose? That is 1. Does this scare you and excite you at the same time? That is 2. Number 3, will it grow you? Number 4, who are the stakeholders and the consequences? You must answer all these 4. And all these 4 must be in positive affirmation. So this matrix that I've given you is not just a tool, it is a compass. Then we looked at common obstacles and how to push. We looked at common obstacles and how to push through. Then I shared with you 3 obstacles: people pleasing, overthinking, self-doubt, and imposter syndrome. And I showed you that these are not signs that you are weak. They are signs that you are human, but they don't have to win over your life. Then I called them the 3 assassins, right? Then we looked at the activation challenge. Make one power move within the next 7 days. I want you to declare it. I want you to do it. I want you to be accountable for it, because motion is how power is activated. Motion is how power is activated. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want, if you a lot of times we can't walk this walk alone. We need a coach. We need someone to guide us. I'm going to take 3 or 5 questions now, but to every soul that have showed up with hunger, honesty, and a heart that is ready to change, I'm saying thank you to you. Please don't just give me your time. You give yourself a chance as well, a chance to start again, a chance to do it afraid, a chance to advance, a chance to stretch, a chance to activate, a chance to decide. Please, I also want you to share feedback with me. What stood out for you in the conversation today? What shifted in you? This is very important. You are just one decision away from becoming a better version of yourself. You are one decision away from having a much more meaningful life. And you are one decision away from the impact you were born to make. So don't shrink. Don't shrink. Don't overthink. Don't postpone the future that God has placed inside your heart. Make that move. Nothing moves except you move. It is your power move. Because when you move, heaven will move with you. This is important. You can connect with me if you have not. This is my phone number. There's a WhatsApp group for Tanzanians where I teach for free, over 500 Tanzanians. You can take this phone number. We're going to take question and answer now. You can follow me on Instagram at Dr. Shogo. I'm on LinkedIn at Dr. Shogo. I'm on X as Dr. Shogo. Thread, Facebook at Dr. Shogo. This is very important. And once again, I would like to quickly talk about this. I would like to quickly talk about this again. Our conference is coming up on the 14th of June. Please don't miss it. People have registered. Slots are almost sold out. I'm here because of you. I don't want you to miss this. This is totally different from any conference you have ever experienced. I don't want people to tell you stories. I want you to experience it and be in the room yourself. Regular is 40,000, VIP is 100,000. Diana, I don't know if you're still in this meeting. Just help me post the registration link. If you want to read more about the conference, you can read more here. drshogo.org. All right. So Diana, please help me. Salim, thank you very much. Diana, please help me post the registration link for the conference so that people can click on it and also register for the conference. We have a WhatsApp community for Tanzanians. If you want to join that community, if you're not in our community at all, this is my phone number. Just chat me up. I will share the link with you for you to join. It is pretty decent. It's been existing since 2003. No useless chatters, no postings unnecessarily. Just a learning and development platform. No hidden charges. Diana, please help me post the link for to queue registration. Right. I hope we gained value. So I'm going to take 5 questions. 5 questions or 3 questions. If you have any question, please feel free to ask questions. Please, I am begging you in this particular meeting, I don't want I missed number 5, I missed number 3. Yeah, I'm going to upload, there's going to be a replay. I will upload this replay online so you can catch up. But I need real life questions or you want to share a learning point with us, please. That is what I want for this meeting. Yeah. All right. So for people that want to register for the conference, you want to register for the conference, this is the this is the registration link. This is the registration link. It is in the chat room. Go for the VIP so that you can network with high quality people. Your association influences your destination in life. I've posted it. Share with your friends as well. I have people flying in from Zanzibar, from Arusha. So you can't be in Dar es Salaam and you are missing this. This, I assure you, 1,000,000%. This is a never experienced type of conference. This is not the regular conference that people just come, you line up people, they talk, they talk. Then after the conference, they say, what did they say? You see this book, you have not gained anything. No, this is my sessions are practical. You will leave the door knowing what next to do with your life. All right. People pay me to ask me questions, like I say humorously. If you have a question you want to ask, please ask questions now. Margaret said, thank you so much. That was a wake-up call. Power is to make a move. Race, ready to go. No, the conference is not virtual, Margaret. The conference is 100% because you see, there's a difference between the energy in the virtual space and in the physical space. And because this is my first major conference in Tanzania, I want to make it a physical conference where people can gain strategies, ask real life questions, hear real life stories, real time, make that network and gain value, impact, direction. This is very important to me. So for now, we don't have provision for transmission and all these things, you know, they also cost money, right? So no transmission for now. And I tell people, you don't go to a university because the university is close to your house. You go to a university because they offer the course you're offering. I have someone flying in from Nairobi for that conference. The person is not foolish. So your destiny helpers might be the person you're sitting next to, but you're watching it online. You're sitting with your coffee. You're sitting with Netflix. You're sitting with no. Human contact if you live in the same city or you live in the same country, or if you have the resources to travel, travel. If you have not traveled this year from January to this June, you need to travel. Travel expands the mind. In exposure causes narrowness of mind. Engage with different cultures. Last week, I went to the Maasai land. I slept over there. I went to Kilimanjaro. I went to Tarangire. I slept in Tarangire. I slept in Karatu. You know, I met people. I engaged. My mind is expanded. It was packaged for me by Myriad Safari. Myriad, I will keep talking about it because it was an experience that I haven't recovered from. Myriad Safari is a Tanzanian business. But guess what? Most of 98 or 99.9 of the people I came in contact with, they were Muzungus. They were whites. Someday people will tell your story for you, and it's going to be a shame. Or you travel out of this country, they're talking about Tanzania, you have only seen places on paper. You have never been there to experience it. Travel this season. Give yourself a break. 3 days break, all girls out, all boys out, all your family. Let your children see the country. I have seen the country more than some Tanzanians. Trust me. Please travel. I wore the Maasai outfit. I danced with them. I jumped. It was fun. I'm going to share pictures during the conference. Myriad travels, myriad safaris. They are good at what they do. I'm not sure if the CEO is still in. Flavia, where are you? If Flavia is still in this meeting, just drop your phone number. Let people reach out to you. She has made a special package for Tanzanians. Tell them from Dr. Shogo, there's a Dr. Shogo discount you will get. It's amazing. I mean, this I saying something in the chat room, guys. You can read this. He said, "I keep telling people, travel Africa. We have so much beauty. Do you know that Tanzania is one of the most beautiful country in the world in terms of natural beauty. In terms of natural beauty, Tanzania is one of the most. Go to Zanzibar, for example. Zanzibar has one of the bluest skies I've ever seen in my life. And I've done 15 countries. The sky in Zanzibar is just different. Sometimes the sky in Dar es Salaam experiences that kind of blue. But when you go, and it's not just only Zanzibar, there are different regions in Dar es Salaam. You see trees, you see streams, you see rivers, you see lakes. It's irony. We want to go and experience the Western world. The Western world are coming to Africa to experience Africa. Do you think the Western world, do you think they are foolish? Yes. Tanzania has a beautiful sea, clear sea. Yesterday, I was watching a documentary on Lake Tanganyika, how big it is, one of the largest freshwater lake in the world. Clarity, it's a rich ecosystem that are not even found in any other place. Guys, you need to see your country. You can't afford to be a stranger in your country. You can't afford to be a stranger in your country. All right. So please ask me questions. Two questions. Lucy said, "Thank you, Doctor. Great webinar. Learned and reminded what I needed. Thank you." Any other question? Please don't hide. When you are in a forum like this, stop hiding. Stop assuming you know, or stop feeling shy. I've posted and I'm looking forward for you to attend that conference. Please don't miss From Idea to Execution conference. Share the link with other Tanzanians. Share in WhatsApp group. I've shared the link right now again. Please, if you're in Tanzania, copy it. Help me put it on your WhatsApp status. Help me share it in WhatsApp groups. I just want people to be blessed. Dr. Loretta said, "Thank you for the wake-up call, Dr. Shugo. I'm encouraged to begin two of my projects this month." That's beautiful. I'm glad, I'm fulfilled. Any questions, guys? Sorry. So any other question, you can follow me online. Okay, let me drop my phone number again. You want to join our WhatsApp community? Here's my phone number. Just chat me up. I'm speaking to Tanzanians alone. We have people from Nigeria here, Botswana, Cameroon, Kenya, and of course, Tanzania. So someone is asking a question. Is saying, "Thanks, Doc, for another sensational real session. There are people who want change but are stuck in an environment where people around them are retrogressive. What should that person do?" You are responsible for the outcome of your life. That is locus of control. So stop focusing on what you don't have control over, and focus on what you have control over. And that person you have control over is you. So, for example, you can't force someone to read, but you can control if others are retrogressive, you develop yourself to be progressive. And the world has become easier compared to 30 years ago, some 30 years or 40 years ago when there was no internet. The world has become so progressive that if your physical environment is retrogressive and probably you can't do anything about it, you can create another environment for yourself in the digital space. Everything is figure-outable. There's a book by Maria Folio called Everything is Figure-outable. So there's always something you can do. You have power. There's nothing called I don't have choice. God did not create us without choice. You chose to be helpless. So if you're stuck in an environment where people around you are retrogressive, just focus on yourself. And the truth is, there's no way how everybody around you can be retrogressive. And if that is the case, you can also influence. You can't change all of them at once. Pick one person, work on the person, work on that person. Each one help one. Before you know it, everybody can change. Angela is asking that where will the replay be posted online? It will be replayed on, it will be posted on my YouTube channel. Just search for Dr. Shogo and subscribe, so that when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, once I upload it, you get a notification email automatically. So I'm going to upload it. I don't know when, maybe later this week, but you have my word. We recorded it. So it's going to be uploaded. Thank you, guys.